One ordinary Tuesday morning, my coworker stopped mid-conversation, looked at me, and said, "Wait, where are you from? Because honestly, you sound like you grew up here." I had been in America for 14 months, and I had worked for every single one of those sounds. This is Fluent Speak Lab, real stories, real English, real confidence. Subscribe and let's build this together. 14 months. That is how long it took. Not 14 months of special courses. Not 14 months of expensive tutors or language schools or immersion programs. 14 months of paying attention differently. Of listening to things he had always heard, but never truly noticed. This is the story of how Alex stopped speaking correct English and started speaking real English. And the difference, once he heard it, was something he could never unhear. It started with a podcast. About 8 months after arriving in Atlanta, Alex was commuting to work, 40 minutes on the train, both ways. He had started listening to American podcasts to fill the time. News, comedy, true crime, sports, anything. One morning he was listening to two American guys talking casually. Just conversation. No script. No lesson. And something made him stop. He pulled out one earbud. Rewound 30 seconds. Listened again. One of the guys had said something. And Alex had understood it perfectly. In the flow of conversation. But when he rewound and listened closely, he realized he could not separate the individual words. It sounded like one long connected sound. Not, "What do you want to do tonight?" But, "Wha'd you want to do tonight?" Same words. Completely different sound. Alex sat on that train and listened to the same 30 seconds 6 more times. And then he started noticing it everywhere. Going to became gonna. Want to became wanna. Got to became gotta. Kind of became kinda. Out of became oughta. Let me became lemme. Give me became gimme. These weren't mistakes. These weren't lazy speech. This was just how American English actually sounded. And nobody had ever taught him this. Every English class he had ever taken, back home, online, everywhere, had taught him the written version, the full version, the proper version. But Americans in real conversation weren't speaking the written version. They were speaking something faster, softer, more connected. And Alex had been speaking written English out loud for 8 months. Correct. Clear. And, he now realized, slightly robotic. He got off the train that morning with one thought in his head. I have been learning the map, but I haven't been learning the roads. He went home that evening and started over. Not from scratch, but with new ears. Alex became obsessed. Not in a stressful way. In the way you get obsessed with. Something when you suddenly see it. Clearly for the first time. He started collecting. Every time he heard a natural American reduction, a shortened phrase, a connected sound, a casual contraction, he wrote it down. Not in a grammar notebook. In a conversation notebook. Real phrases. From real people. In real moments. From podcasts. From TV shows, specifically shows with a lot of natural dialogue. From coworkers talking in the break room. From cashiers. From the guy at the gym. Within 3 weeks, his notebook had 4 pages. Within 2 months, it had 30. But collecting wasn't enough. Alex knew that. Because the gap he had identified wasn't just about recognizing these sounds. It was about producing them. He could hear wanna clearly now. But when he spoke, he still said want to. Cleanly. Correctly. Robotically. So he built a practice system. Every morning, 15 minutes. Before work. Before his phone. Before anything. He called it his American morning. He would pick 3 phrases from his notebook. Say each one slowly, feeling where the sounds connected. Then speed up, until it felt natural. Then use each phrase at least once in a real conversation that day. Not forced. Not awkward. Just finding a natural moment and dropping it in. Week 1, it felt strange. Like wearing someone else's clothes. Week 3, it started feeling comfortable. Week 6, he stopped thinking about it. The phrases were just there. Available. Natural. And something else started happening too. His rhythm changed. English has a specific rhythm, A. pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables. That gives it that distinctive flow. Most non-native speakers speak each word with equal weight, every syllable the same. But natural American English is musical. Some syllables land hard. Others almost disappear. I want to go to the store, not I want to go to the store. Once Alex started feeling that rhythm, started speaking with it instead of against it, everything changed. People stopped asking him to repeat himself. Conversations started flowing instead of stopping and starting. And then, month 14, his coworker said it. "You sound like you grew up here." Alex didn't tell him how many mornings it had taken. He just smiled and said, "I've been paying attention." Which was, completely and honestly, the truth. Here is exactly what Alex practiced, and what you can start today. First, the most common American reductions. Learn these. Practice these. Use these. Want to, wanna. Use it. You wanna grab lunch. Going to, gonna. Use it. I'm gonna need more time on this. Got to, gotta. Use it. We gotta talk about this. Have to. Use it. I have to finish this by Friday. Lemme. Use it. Lemme think about that. Kinda. Use it. That's kinda what I was thinking. Outa. Use it. I'm outta time on this one. What are you, watcha? Use it. What you're working on. Practice each one out loud right now. Say it slowly. Then fast. Then like you mean it. Second, American filler phrases that sound natural. These are the sounds that fill the tiny gaps in real conversation. I mean, before adding context. You know. Checking connection. Honestly. Before a real opinion. Basically. Before simplifying. Thing is. Before the real point. Low key. Before admitting something casually. No cap. Meaning I'm serious. Very common right now. Third, the shadowing technique. This is the single most powerful speaking practice that exists. Find a short video of an American speaking naturally, 60 to 90 seconds. Listen once all the way through. Then play it again, and speak along with them. Same speed. Same rhythm. Same connected sounds. Don't worry about meaning. Focus on music. Do this for 10 minutes every day. Within 30 days, your rhythm will change. People will notice. Fourth, the one-sentence daily rule. Every single day, use one new American phrase in a real conversation. Not in practice. Not in your head. Out loud. With a real person. One sentence. One phrase. One day at a time. This is how fluency is actually built. Not in giant study sessions. In small daily deposits. Alex made those deposits every morning for 14 months. And one Tuesday, a coworker handed him the receipt. You sound like you grew up here. That sentence cost Alex 14 months of small mornings. And it was worth every single one. Alex didn't change his voice. He didn't change his identity. He just learned how English actually sounds when real people speak it. And he practiced until that sound became his. Your challenge this week, pick 3. Reductions from today. Wanna. Gonna. Lemme. Practice them out loud right now. Then use each one in a real conversation before the week ends. Share this with someone who studies English hard but still doesn't sound natural. Subscribe to Fluent Speak Lab, because next week another real story is waiting. Fluency isn't a destination. It's a daily decision. Make it today. I'll see you in the next one.